we were talking about Discount Crowder, someone not Discount Crowder, Tucker, he's the big one. I got to see him in Edmonton when he came to Alberta, and I saw video footage of him from Calgary. And what I found really fascinating was there was obviously a prepared speech, or I don't know what his notes look like and how he structures it, what kind of outline he uses, but there was a lot of overlap in the different speeches. But being in Edmonton, there was also a lot of live reacting to things that the audience was shouting out or saying or whatever. And it just felt very natural, unrehearsed, organic, but he clearly prepared that speech. So it was just a fantastic example of like just a master, a master of that, like just being able to orate and be able to, again, like you said, in the moment, live react.
As if you're not reading it.
Yeah. And it seemed like it's really natural. And then someone out there throws something to you, just like a comic, right? Doing your crowd work. Being able to work off that and then kind of take it in a different direction. It was just an absolute masterclass. That was an absolute masterclass.
I've thought if I ever ran for office, which I don't want to do, but I have a thing that I tell PPCers. If you tell me that you have no one running, then just tell me you're signing up to run. You know what I mean? I'm sure like Daniel Tyree would rather have a candidate on the ballot than no one at all. I sure would. I'd vote for a rubber boot. I'd vote for a dead muskrat with a PPC
purple shirt,
right? With a purple shirt on. Dead muskrat with a purple shirt. I'm voting for it, even as a protest vote. But it's I don't know. It's up to us to volunteer for these positions. But if I was, I would never read. I would never read. I would propose 3 points that I'd write down on a piece of paper to make sure I at least get there, to keep me, because I know I can go on a tangent wave and long forget what my original point was. I would want 3 anchors on a piece of paper of the 3 points, or maybe 5. You know what I mean? The point form is the format for me, because reading, it would feel so fucking weird. It would feel so weird to me. I don't know. I don't know how people could be like that, locked into something they want to say to do a speech like that. But anyways, you like reading, so you would read it. I get it.
Oh, I don't know how much I like reading.
I used to like reading. Social media killed my reading, and I hate it. I don't like that I'm an addict to scrolling Twitter and TikTok. And, you know, I wish that I would get back to concentrating on a book. I've read a couple of books. I read one that JFK recommended, The Unspeakable, which was amazing. The facts about the Kennedy assassination that we now have basically 100% confirmed are groundbreaking and shocking. Right. And then I read The Great Reset by Alex Jones, which is awesome. Explains the Trilateral Commission really, really well. So that's 2 books, but they're not really huge books. But it used to be more. I used to enjoy reading. I had the full dyslexia. I was the 51% high school kid that just wanted to listen to music, don't bug me. I hate your school. I hate being here. And when I look at a word problem in math, I would just see blah, 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 blah. I wouldn't be able to put it together. I guess you call that dyslexia. What I call it is I'm so not interested that I'm not retaining this. And so I have a lot of sympathy for people. Actually, I don't, because I hope I would never get sympathy for that and someone to kick my ass earlier, because I was in a class where one of our classes, me and all my friends, and we had the easygoing teacher that let us do anything. The other class was Mr. Sudu. Mr. Sudu is like an Indian Trinidadi guy, and he was just short of whipping people with rulers. Like, he was that close, and he was fucking strict. And when you practice doing rotary when you're in elementary school, and we're in the grade 7 class here, or grade 8, we'd go to his class for geography. We'd get a little taste of this guy. And he would, at any moment, if he saw you speaking, he'd go, "Stand up, child. Tell me, the westerly winds blow over the mountains, causing a rain shadow area." And he would just like put you as drill sergeant, and we'd be terrified of him. But all the kids who were in his class were honor roll in high school. All the kids who were in our class were 51%. Like, it literally was that night and day. And the only difference was, some kids had Mr. Sudu. Some kids had a fucking iron fist going, "You're going to fucking study, or it's going to get borderline violent in this class."
Discipline could go a long way.
Right? So hey, I wish I had
to knock over my chair here. For people like you that have trouble reading, I got a picture book for you.
I saw that picture. I want one of those.
Yeah, so we got it's basically just a picture book. This is computer can't focus or shit, but that's Coots. Yeah, so it's just basically all the photos from Milk River and Coots. So you can check that out on Amazon, Fortis and Liber. I'm returning this one because
it's affordable, I'll buy it. I have a budget of about $16 Canadian for that type of purchase at the moment. That's what I would put my disposable income at. But if it's more than that, then we'll have to multiply that by a month for each. If it's $32, it's going to be 2 months away from me buying it.
Gotcha. I see. Yeah.
But yeah, I love picture books. As I told you, I have reading autism. I got over it though. And you know what got me over it? Smoking weed when I was 24. Like I didn't smoke weed till I was like 24. And then I'm 24 and I'm doing a bit of audiovisual work, traveling a bit and needing to kill time in airports. And I bought the 9/11 Commission report, the fucking Robert Mueller Matrix side of the events. I loved it though. And I still had reading autism. And then I smoked a J and I'd read half the book. I was like, I'm just being honest. There's a lot of people who read books just to say they read a book and they absorbed like 20% of it. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then there's mega liars who are the most pathetic people on earth, are the ones who listen to a book and then go around saying they read that book. Okay, your
audiobook is not reading a book.
We're laughing at you if you admit that to us, because unless you're sitting in a dark room in the lotus position, you are not absorbing any of that book. You're thinking about the tea towel that you got to go get off the floor before that coffee hits it, and you're leaving the realm of what you're absorbing, and you're encountering real life. You're mowing the lawn. You're making sure you don't hit a tennis ball instead of reading everything salient about that last paragraph they read to you. So these people are liars. We should watch out for them, and we should not trust them. But when I smoked a J and I was halfway through this 9/11 Commission report, really hadn't absorbed a thing. I just wanted to tell myself I was reading words, right? I started being so interested that I would be like, wait a sec, Hamza El-Fattah and Muhammad, and I'm going through these names going, who the fuck, how did they get here? So I'd read back like 3 to find out their story. I'm like, oh, they were bin Laden's cousins who were in that mosque in San Diego. But who the fuck kept them in their apartment? I'd read back. So I was literally reading backwards through the book that I'd thought I'd read. And the absorption was getting addictive. And then after that, man, it was pretty much everything I read. As long as you're interested, right? As long as you're following the interest gland, it will let you absorb everything you're reading. And for me, oh yeah. And then I became the cringiest atheist ever, reading biblical scholarship books from atheist writers. Oh God, I could prove the mythological existence of Jesus, and it was so awful. I look back on those days and I go, what was I doing? Like I had nothing to replace the pillar I was cracking at, you know?
Yeah.